Good day to you, 9th and O. This is Devotionables, brief devotions for busy people. I'm Brandon, one of your ministry assistants. It's good to be with you today. Now, as a little boy in the 4th grade, one of my favorite things was PE. I loved to go to PE. I loved to get up and run around and have fun with my friends. And my very special gym days were the days we played dodgeball. Now, I loved to get out there and play some dodgeball. And I was the smallest guy in my grade, and I would hide behind my teammates and kind of do a secret attack and jump out from behind the bigger people in my grade and knock people out with these dodgeballs. And on one particular day, we're playing dodgeball, and I ended up being the last guy on my team that was in the game, and my opposing team emptied itself of one player, and that player was the biggest kid in 4th grade. So picture a dodgeball court, and you've got the big kid on one side, the tallest, the biggest kid of 4th grade, against the smallest kid, me, in 4th grade. And this battle ensues on the dodgeball court, and at one point, my opposer tripped over himself, and I took that as my opportunity to run in and get him out, knocking him with the dodgeball. And so my team wins, and the 4th grade in the gymnasium celebrates that the smallest kid in the grade beat the biggest kid in the grade, and you know, it was a reason to celebrate. I had conquered an enemy that day. Now, not in the sense that I was angry with him or anything, but I conquered that. It was a big deal for a 4th grade little guy to beat the biggest guy, and so I got a lot of bragging rights for a long time, even until this day. Hope he's not watching today. Our Bible reading comes from Nahum, and this is a prophet, and he writes to you and I today to discuss the way that God would handle Israel's greatest opponent. In fact, the largest worldwide opponent of the time, the Assyrian nation. And so Nahum writes to let you and I know that doom is to come, that the Assyrian rule will be coming to an end, and that the Lord's hand will be the one to take over and conquer Assyria. In fact, in chapter 1, verse 7, it reads, "The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knows those who take refuge in Him." And certainly this remnant of God's people, Israel, is trying to take refuge in the Lord as they're being oppressed by this Assyrian nation. And these were some bad dudes. They were not good people in any way, shape, or form. And so this was very, very hard times for the remnant of Israel here as they're dealing with this. In fact, what does this mean really overarching? We've got an intro to this passage in 1 verse 1 through 8. You have an intro that's like a psalm. In 1:9 through 2:2, you read of the doom of Nineveh, that which is going to come. And you see Judah's deliverance, how the Lord delivers the remnant of Israel. And then finally, in the last third of the chapter of the reading here, you have chapter 2:3 through 3:19 that describes for us the siege that is taking place on Nineveh. And as you read through these chapters, you'll see this is vivid, the imagery, the words, almost paint a picture for us. And it's almost as if, as you read this prophet Nahum, you can almost hear the background, the battle ensuing as you read these words on this page. Now, there would be two themes I would describe to you. One is that God is sovereign over the nations, and He's going to take care of Israel because they are His chosen people. And while it looks like doom is on the way for Israel, God steps in and He takes care of His people. In fact, He takes care of all of us who choose to take refuge in Him. And so if God is sovereign over the nations, and a second theme is God's judgment. God deals rightly with judgment. And the Assyrians were bad people. And God would not continue to sit back and let evil win. And so He steps in, and God, through His hand in this situation, ends the Assyrian rule. And so what does these three chapters have to do with us today? Well, they're there for us to remember how God took care of His people, this remnant of Israel, that God would take care of His people. Remember chapter 1, verse 7 that reads, "The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knows those who take refuge in Him." God will always take care of His people. And He will, though it seems often that the bad guys win, it often seems as if the enemy is prevailing. But at the end of the day, God is going to win, and God is going to take care of His children. And so I ask you today, what battle are you in? Does it seem as if God is not moving on your behalf? Dear brother, dear sister, rest assured that God is moving, and He is acting on your behalf to cause good for you and to destroy the enemies that we each have in our lives. Now, we might not be faced with a world domineering nation like Assyria. In fact, it's greater. We fight against the evil one. And so our battle is spiritual. And so we trust the Lord to meet our needs as we go to battle against our greatest enemy, Satan. And we're described in Ephesians 6 to put on the whole armor of God and to pray and to trust God as we stand firm in the faith. And so, dear brother, dear sister, stand firm in the faith. We know that God will take care of us, and we simply wait, for His timing is not our timing, but God always moves, and He will always take care of us no matter what. I hope you have a great week, Nahum.